James Gunn's Superman's first box office weekend numbers are in, and we are going to talk about them. Generally, it's not bad. $122 million domestically, according to Box Office Mojo. The international gross there is $95 million. That's a worldwide total of $217 million. The film is reported to have a budget of $225 million. There are some conflicting reports about the marketing budget. Some say it's $100 million, which is pretty standard. Others are saying it's $150 million. But let's, for argument's sake, be generous and go with the reported figure of $100 million. That means the film cost roughly $325 million to make, including production costs. So the film would need to make over $700 million to break even because, of course, as I've mentioned several times before, studios only receive half the domestic gross and 1/3 of the international gross. And I think that's doable if the film has a good hold at the box office for the coming weeks. I think the film deserves to break even. I didn't love the film personally, but this isn't a review of the film. This is just looking at the box office. But if you've seen my review, you'll know that I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, which isn't that bad really as a score when you think about it. But I do know that most of you really liked it. So I'm in the minority. Again, I didn't hate the film. I just didn't love it. So, but we can agree to have differing opinions about movies, can't we? Tell that to people on X, I swear. It's pretty rough over there. I won't lie. I will say, I do hope this Superman film does well. I hope it relaunches DC successfully in cinema and gives us an exciting new era for superhero films. Having said that, I would be more interested in seeing what other filmmakers have to contribute, their interpretations for this new era of DC, rather than just James Gunn, because I'm not a fan of his particular type of filmmaking in some regards. I do acknowledge his talent, but I don't like the constant tension-killing humor, for example. I think it worked for Guardians of the Galaxy. I just don't want to see it all over DC, So this opening $122 million domestic take is higher than Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, just as an example, which made $106 million on its opening weekend in America. That film, of course, did not break even, but I think Superman 2025 is a far better film than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, so it'll likely do better in the long run, I suspect. Now, to complicate things a little bit here, Man of Steel, as a comparison because people are bringing it up, Man of Steel from back in 2013 made $116 million on its opening weekend. But if you include the Thursday previews, it brings it to $128 million, which is obviously higher than James Gunn's Superman. But here's the complicated part. There's a lot of debate going on at the moment on X again about whether the $122 million opening weekend for Gunn's Superman includes or does not include the Thursday previews. And on Box Office Mojo, you can see here that it shows the Thursday previews for Man of Steel, but it doesn't show Thursday for Gunn's Superman. Now, it's believed by some that Thursday previews are included in the Friday figure. And there's credible reports for that, and there's credible reports against that. And quite honestly, I don't know what to believe, because there's a lot of shouting at the moment on X between hardcore Snyder fans and Gunn fans, and it's just making it almost impossible to know what the truth is. And a lot of that debate is pretty cringe and childish. It's very partisan, it's tribal, it's overly emotional. It's not particularly objective, let's just say. How much money a film makes at the box office should never be a factor in whether you like that movie or not. It shouldn't spoil your enjoyment of the movie. If you like it, you like it. Doesn't matter whether it makes a single dollar. And after that, you have to keep in mind that, obviously Man of Steel and Superman are two very different films anyway, made in different eras. 12 years ago is a long time, and also inflation has to be a factor there. According to US inflation calculator, $122 million from 2025 is only approximately $88 million in 2013 money. But even if you just look at the $116 million reported box office figure for Man of Steel on its opening weekend domestically, that would be $160 million today. Whatever way you slice it, it's likely that inflation is the biggest factor in determining the difference in grosses between the two films. Anyway, before we go very much further, I just want to take this opportunity to shill my sci-fi novel Deus V Machina, a Cody Stockton mystery, which I do have to promote from time to time, and which I will be working on a sequel to in due course. If you enjoy action-packed and suspenseful conspiracy thrillers set in a futuristic noir world, you might enjoy this story. It's available from the links below in ebook, paperback, and audiobook formats. In Las Vegas, 2045, Detective Cody Stockton is investigating an accidental death, which soon turns out to be murder, and unravels into a wider plot involving a genocidal satanic cult, a powerful totalitarian AI system, and a mysterious man who claims to be the son of God. Stockton, who is a skeptic, has to race to save billions of lives and reconcile his own doubts, fears, and lack of faith as he finds himself caught in a spiritual war between God and the machine. Deus V Machina. Check it out from the links below, and I hope you like it. Anyway, so welcome back. When thinking of the box office then and now, 2013 to 2025, consider also that cinema tickets are more expensive now than they were in 2013, and streaming services are a far bigger part of people's entertainment lives when compared to 12 years ago. So a lot of people don't bother with cinema the way they used to, and are probably waiting for this film to come out on their favorite streaming service, and they'll watch it at home. Going to the cinema has become an expensive night out now. You know, you got to drive your car, you got to park, you pay for a drink, popcorn. It's all very overpriced. It's quite expensive. So people are more than happy to sit at home and wait for the film on streaming. One thing we can say is that Superman 2025 has definitely blown out of the water two other superhero movies from earlier this year. And that's Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts. Captain America Brave New World made $88.8 million on its opening domestic weekend. Thunderbolts made $74 million. Neither film broke even at the box office. So Superman has definitely done far better than those. Given the fairly sluggish box office this year in general, not every film is as successful as Minecraft. I think Superman 2025 is off to a decent start. Mind you, so is Jurassic Park Rebirth. I don't think Superman 2025 has done amazing numbers or anything, but it's probably a good foundation for a solid box office run if and only if it has good hold in the coming weeks, and I think positive word of mouth will be critical in that regard. What is very surprising to me is just how divided audiences are on this, both hardcore fans and just general critics and everything. But that's an interesting thing, right? That's an interesting phenomenon out of this film. If you go to IMDb, 7.7 out of 10. The user score over on Metacritic is 7.4. And Rotten Tomatoes is the highest, actually very high, at 93% verified audience score and 90% all audience score. So there is a lot of love for this movie. And those scores are higher than Man of Steel over on Rotten Tomatoes as well. So we'll see how things progress for this 2025 Superman film in the coming weeks and keep a close eye on its box office performance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates on the channel. Hit that like button. Share the video out there. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.